Good morning, student. Let's start today's topic for 11th Commerce Business Study, chapter number 2.4, Cooperative Societies. Today we will discuss merits and demerits of cooperative societies in this video. The lecture dated on 23rd June 2020 on Tuesday. In my previous video, we have discussed that what are the meaning, definitions and features of cooperative societies. Now in this video we will discuss that what are the merits and demerits of cooperative societies. I hope all you students are ready with your notes. See, merits of cooperative societies. Different cooperative societies has their different merits for its members. In previously we have discussed that the consumer has a consumer cooperative society, producer has a producer cooperative society, marketing heads has a marketing cooperative society. So everybody has their different type of merits. Every member has different type of advantages of their societies. It is formed under the act, but not as much legal formalities are there. So easy formation is one of the merit of cooperative organization. So our first feature is easy formation. A cooperative society can be formed very easily, as any 10 adult can establish a cooperative society by getting the registered by the registrar of cooperative society. It doesn't require any other expensive legal procedures. So it is very easy. Whenever any 10 people have the voluntary association and they get themselves registered under the Cooperative Society Act to the registrar, then the company's cooperative then the cooperative societies are to be formed. Second, limited liability. It is one of the important merit of cooperative society that the members of the organization always limited liability up to the shares or the guarantee given by them. Moreover, it has the separate legal entity. So third merit is stability. Whether any member may join, may come or may go. In case of any death or bankruptcy of the any member, it also not effect on the existence of the cooperative organization. It remains stable. Democratic management. In the cooperative organization, the representatives are elected on the basis of one member, one vote. Its coverage being limited, almost all the members attend its meeting and give their ideas, and no proxy is allowed in these meetings. This is very important point. From 1 mark point of view, you can get the in-between question from this topic as well. Lesser operating expense. It is also another merit of the cooperative organization. Generally, the administrative expense of the cooperative societies are very little because the member offer the administrative services without any remuneration. There is no need for the advertisement in order to boost the sale of the society. And there is no loss caused by the bad debts because of almost all the sales being done in cash. So operating expense are very much less in case of cooperative organization. And next merit is tax advantage. Yes, these cooperative societies always get exemption from the income tax. So whenever any tax liability is to be calculated of cooperative organization, it is also exempted from payment of stamp duty or the registration fees, etc. State patronage means government also helps the cooperative society by offering them the loans on the easy terms and giving them the grants, because the aim of these societies is to be develop the poor section of the society. Therefore, the government has a very liberal attitude towards them. So state patronage benefit also got by the cooperative organization. There are some more features. Let's discuss. These are supply of goods at cheaper rate. Since the societies make the bulk purchase directly from the wholesaler, traders, or producer, and goods become available at cheaper rates. So, in this way, how the society benefits their members by supplying them the goods comparatively at the cheaper rates comparison to the market. Check on other business as well. Other businessmen doing the similar business as that of the cooperative society has to keep in mind the price and the quality of the goods of the cooperative society. While fixing price for their own goods, as a result of this, they cannot exploit the consumer by charging more. In other words, it can be said that today the consumers are not at the mercy of the businessman, but they have a very potent weapon in the form of cooperative society through which they can take care of their welfare. And because of the fear of more cooperative, more societies coming into existence, the other traders are forced to maintain the quality of the goods and keep the price down. In this way, cooperative society always keep a check on the other business. Economic decentralization. Cooperative societies have prevent the concentration of the country's wealth in the hands of few individuals. Earlier, the businessman used to earn more profits by charging higher profits from the consumer and amassed wealth, but now this tendency has almost disappeared. What the author want to say here in this point, economic decentralization, because in case of cooperative organization, all the members has equal right, all the members avails the profit equally. So economic decentralization is there. It never means that the wealth is existing in few hands. No, it will provide benefits to every members. So it has the tendency that economic decentralization is there. Like a coin, it has the dark side as well, another side also there. These are the limitations. Let's discuss along with these features what are the limitations are to be considered for the cooperative organizations. Number one, lack of capital. Most probably it is seen the member of the cooperative societies are generally economically poor and they live in the limited area. So they can invest only the limited amount of the capital. On the other hand, the lesser rate of dividend and the principal for one member, one vote also discourage the investment as well. Incompetent management. The management of the cooperative society is run by its member who cannot run the society effectively because of the lack of managerial knowledge as well as skill. The second cause of incompetent management is that it is run by unsalaried members who become the member of the managing committee with a feeling of serving the people but not in the absence of any reward. They take no interest in the activities of the society because it is the human nature. Whenever we get any motivational factor there, we will influence more, we do more. It's a psychological phenomena of the people. But the people who are elected democratically in cooperative organization and elected as representative and do the work, they have to do the work only for the sake of serving the members as well as the organization. So sometimes they don't take as much interest in doing management or managerial activities. Cash trading. Cash trading is both an advantage as well as disadvantage of the cooperative society. The members are the poor who need the goods on credit. Although the cooperative society supplies them the goods on the cheaper rates, yet the lack of credit facility push them into the clutches of the other businessmen as well. So in this way, we can say that cash trading can be the advantage as well as the disadvantage of the cooperative organizations. Fourth limitation is political interference. Since the government also invests money in the cooperative society, its members nominated in the managing committee as and when there is a change in government, the new government desire to have its own member. In this way, the management of the cooperative society starts running on political basis rather than in the business-like manner. This is not a good sign for the development. Wherever in any business, if we found the political interference, no doubt it creates a negative environment for the members and it is not a good sign for the development. So it is also one of the limitation of cooperative society. Lack of motivation. Since the cooperative organization is a collective enterprise of a group of persons, no member take personal interest in its activity in the absence of individual motivation, all kept quiet and do not want to work. So whatever the objective of the organization, it always established remain to unachieved. The sixth limitation is lack of public confidence. Generally, it has been observed that only some particular individuals become the members of the managing committee and they politically motivated. Their undesirable conduct hurts the faith of the people in the cooperative society because under the political pressure they just take some the decisions which are not in favor of the organization. It also causes the public confidence. It reduces the public confidence and lack of public confidence exists just because of these political interference and motivation. The last limitation is lack of secrecy. Cooperative societies has to send their annual reports and accounts to the registrar of the cooperative society. In this way, the secret of the business become public. It is also one of the disadvantage that the records cannot remain secret in case of cooperative societies. So this is all about the some merits as well as some limitations of the cooperative organization. Learn it so well. Thank you. Have a nice day.